Introduction to Film Study. So before we do so, can you please turn to the syllabus that I gave you, the 2 pages that were stapled together. And you will see there is a list of films on the first page. And I want you just to tick or circle or underline or highlight the ones that we have selected. In the past, I have done all the films. I am in possession of all the films. So you are welcome to study all 9 films in their entirety, and you may borrow the DVDs from me with pleasure, as long as you return them because they're imported, okay, because you can't get them in South Africa, okay? For our purposes for this year, I have selected Tsotsi, okay, Revolutionary Road. The last station we're not doing this year. The last station is about the life of Leo Tolstoy. You know Leo Tolstoy? Okay, right. Russian writer, okay. He wrote War and Peace, okay. Anna Karenina, okay, all those novels. And it was a very interesting film to study, but I thought they were more appropriate films, so I've rather selected the others, okay. Psycho, yes. Bicycle Thieves. Muriel's Wedding, I hope never to do in my life again. Has anyone seen this film? It's probably one of the most bizarre films you'll see in your life. It's a typical 80s style film. If we have time, I will merely do a screening for you. And you'll be going, okay, is this for real?
That's a lot of
Honestly, it's insanely weird. It's odd, okay? It's really, really odd. Odd people, odd filming techniques, everything about it was just oddball, okay? And that is why they selected it to put it on the advanced program of English, just because it was quite a unique film in its oddity. Okay, that's why it was put on. Please note that all poems and all selection of texts made by IEB is made very, very meticulously and very carefully. Okay, so you might be wondering, why is this on? When you start studying the film, or the films that we've selected, you'll see that the history behind them and all the number of awards that these films have won in the past. And that's what allows them to be on the list. Okay. Particularly the novels and the plays as well, which we will get to next year. They have all been Nobel Prize winners for literature or Pulitzer Prize winners. They've won some kind of prize, so they've deserved to be on the list. Okay. You may not think so once you've read them. Okay, and that's what we discuss, all right? Does this really deserve to get on the list, okay? That's one of the things that we chat about. The Last King of Scotland, yes, definitely. Very interesting film, we're going to be studying that one. And the 2 that I have omitted this year, merely because I now have grade 10 students, and both these films, the one is 2 to 18, quite frankly, the other one should have been 2 to 21. There is full-on nudity and language and what have you, but it is so well filmed, and it's really, it's artful in the way in which they've put it together, extremely artistic. So you may borrow those if your folks are going, okay, we'll watch it with you, that's fine, okay, but I'd need permission in writing. Okay, no, Clockwork Orange. And you'll also notice that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, please add in on there, and A Clockwork Orange, they were both originally novels. Okay, novels that were then made a film version of those novels. Yes. And One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, as well as The Revolutionary Road. I would suggest that if you can get your hands on a copy of Revolutionary Road, the novel, I would read the novel before we study the film text, which you'll see we're doing in the second term. Okay. And Tsotsi was also a novel before it was made into a film. Okay. All right. Interesting. Quickly turn to your tutorials for me that you received just now. And I just want to give you a brief overview so that you know what is expected of you and what we're going to be dealing with across the full term. Right, so I see you today for the Introduction to Film Study. Then for the next 5 weeks is English Olympiad. All right. You then write the exam on the 3rd of March. We will be writing the exam on the 3rd of March from 2:30 to 5:30. Okay, 2:30 to 5:30. In the auditorium, yeah, okay. So you'll write it from 2:30 to 5:30. So I'd like to have you seated by 2:15. So we can start at 2:30 because I could use some reading time. Okay. Then on the 6th of March, it's Bicycle Thieves. And you'll notice that I have put in parenthesis, the year that it was made. All right. And you'll see that I've worked chronologically. All right. Through, because I want to show you the development of film. How it started and where we are today. Because we're going to be comparing and contrasting that. All right. You'll notice there that I've included Vertigo, which is another Hitchcock film. And the reason I've done that is I would like us to study more than one Hitchcock film. Okay? Because then we're studying one film director very intensely, and we can look at 3 different films and see if there's a trend in his filmmaking. Okay? Which I think should make for a very interesting study. Okay? So we're going to be doing Vertigo, in addition to the Psycho, which is the prescribed one. And remember, you may refer to Vertigo and to the Birds if you, over the page, you come into the second term, you'll see we're going to complete Psycho. And then I'm going to screen the Birds for you and we're going to discuss it. Have you seen any of these Hitchcock films? Besides the Psycho, I know I screened for some of the APE students last year. Anyone seen the Birds or Vertigo or Psycho? Not American Psycho, not that one. Okay, I have that copy too, and it's interesting to see comparatively how they've changed the plot, and it's very interesting. So I hope you understand my reasoning for focusing on at least 3 Hitchcock films, because then I've chosen one particular director to say, okay, what else did this guy do, and is there a trend? Let's study it more intensely. Okay, so Psycho we'll be studying very intensely, and Vertigo and the Birds merely comparatively. Okay. Public holiday, yay! And then you'll notice that suddenly you're going film, poetry. What's poetry doing in the middle of film? Because I think you'll be all filmed out by then. Not everyone enjoys the film genre. Okay, you will by the time I've dealt with you. Okay, you'll love it, right? You'll never be the same again. You'll be going to movies with someone and you're watching a film, they're watching a movie. You're with me. Okay.
I still do it.
All right, you'll be watching a film, they'll be watching a movie. All right. Okay, my husband usually goes, okay, can we switch the film side off in you now and enjoy the movie? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not.
All right, because I just go analytical. I can't help myself. Okay. So I've then just given you a little bit of a break from film, shoved in some poetry there, and we'll do the metaphysical poetry, and then we return to film. But you see where I've done it. We're doing film up to 1960, early 1960s. Then after the poetry, new film genre. So we complete the old film genre, and then we go to the new film genre. This is the way I approach it. Teachers from other schools, they do it in different ways, but this was the most logical way I thought we should approach it. Okay, and it does work very well. Then, if you go over to term 3, we're going to start with romantic poetry. Too many long weekends in between, hey? All right. Then, the 14th of August, that's just before the grade 12s, write their prelims, all right? I'm on a course, unfortunately, the following week. That's been booked and paid already in 2014, so I have to attend that. But you'll notice that we have between 7 and 10 lectures per term. Usually, ideally, we do 8. But the lectures are usually from 2 to 4. I'm running your lectures so often till 4:30 or 5 that we don't just make up the time, we go over time. Okay, and I don't charge you for more of that because we need to get through our stuff. Okay, so please ensure that many afternoons are available until 5 o'clock. Don't make any arrangements, all right? And lastly, we're going to be doing modernist poetry. Then you're also everyone's part of the preliminary examination feedback because it assists you in preparing for your November exam because it's the same format, okay? And finally, in the 4th term, we only have 3 tutorials and then the 4th tutorial, during that time, we write your exam. Yes, sir.
And I have the 4th term page.
Oh, good heavens, didn't you get that? Come to me the end of the lesson and then I'll give you another one. Okay, you got the beauty somehow. Sorry, no? Okay. Did anyone else get the fourth term? Was that you? Sorry, Bridges. Okay. All right, any questions quickly about tutorials of the year or why it's been structured like this? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you excited? Feedback. Cool. You happy? Okay, great. All right, let's proceed. Then please turn to your the slides that I handed out to you, and you're going to be adding onto the slides and annotating further. So let's continue.